Room 4 will be performing the play called Dress Up Against Balloon Day. I hope you will enjoy it.
Clap.
It's Monday morning. Kiana and her cousin David are running late. They race down the street just to see the bus pull up at the stop.
As they get closer, they see 3 kids bullying the new student.
Give the microphone to them. Walk fast. Thank you.
Look at that bow tie. The bus driver opens the door and yells to them. Stop it! Leave him alone and get on the bus!
Laughing, the 3 boys go to the back of the bus. The new student sits behind the bus driver, tears streaming down his face.
Kiana and David find their seats in front of their friend, Gwendolyn and just Gwendolyn. Kiana whispers. Kiana turns to them.
Hey guys, do you know what was going on at the bus stop?
Cruz and his crew was picking on the new kid. Why?
You say it.
He was wearing a hat and bow tie.
Good.
They picked on him because of his hat and bow tie? That's awful. Later on, they get to the school building. The new student is the first one out off the bus. He runs into the school building.
The rest of the students get off the bus. David C. and Kiana walk in front of Cruz and his friends. David turns to them.
Guys, why don't you leave the new kid alone? He hasn't done anything to you.
Why don't you mind your own business, little David?
Yeah. The boys stop and stare at each other. Kiana grabs David's arm. Come on, David, we'll be late for class.
At lunchtime, the cousins meet at the cafeteria. They talked about what happened at the bus stop that morning.
What Cruz and his crew did to the new kid this morning was just wrong. Yeah, I bet that if everyone wore a hat and bow tie, they couldn't pick on all the kids at once. Suddenly, Kiana starts smiling. David, that's it. What if for one day we can get everybody in school to wear hats and bow ties? We could call it Dress Up Against Bullying Day, but there are 400 students in the school. How are we going to get enough hats and bow ties? Doesn't your dad's friend, Mr. Perez, own the tuxedo store in the mall? Maybe he can help us.
Later that evening, David and Kiana speak to David's dad, Mr. Q, about their plans. He likes their...
It's all set. If you two get the approval of your principal, Mr. Paris will supply enough free hats and bow ties for everybody. Wow, Dad, that's great. Thanks. You're welcome, son, and I'll do anything for you. The next morning, Kiana and David meet with Mrs. Double, the school principal, to talk to her about their idea. Mrs. Double likes the idea and calls Mr. Perez. He promises to get the hats and bow ties to the school on Wednesday. We'll make this Friday Dress Up Against Bullying Day. You two can tell everyone about it during today's announcements. We'll also post it on school websites. I'm proud of both of you. Kiana and David go to the computer room to broadcast their plan. Hello, it's Kiana speaking. We would like to tell everyone that this Friday will be Dress Up Against Bullying Day. Show your support by wearing colorful hats and bow ties. Starting on Friday, pick up your free hats and bow ties in the cafeteria during your lunch period. Send the message that bullying hurts everybody. On Wednesday lunchtime, everyone gets their hats and bow ties, including their lunch. Kiana and David help pass out some of the hats and bow ties.
Just give them another one. Yeah. Who's next? Who is next? Please speak up. We can't hear you.
Friday finally arrives.